What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and I'm back. Shout out to everybody. I appreciate all the love and the support for Sheep Stays. Much love. It's very much appreciated, as always. And shout out to y'all, man. Happy New Year to everybody. You know, this is my first stream of the year. So happy New Year to all my supporters, all the listeners. Much love to y'all. And I won't be before y'all too long, but I just gotta address something. And the reason why I wanna address it is because this is what you could do when you got your own YouTube channel. You know? Shout out to Rising Star. Happy New Year to Rising Star. I appreciate your support. Happy New Year to Emmanuel. I appreciate the support. Happy New Year to T Duck. Appreciate that, bro. Happy New Year's to you and your family too. I appreciate that donation. It's very much appreciated. But y'all see the title, and that's what it is. So let me take my seat, and we gonna get to it. I'm gonna let a couple of more people come through, and like I said, we gonna get to it, y'all. Y'all see the title. Shout out to my sis Kels, of course. Happy New Year to the Eat Kitchen. Thanks for the support. We gonna get to it. Y'all see the title. Yeah. Yup. No doubt, no doubt. I appreciate that, T Duck. Much love. We gonna let some more people come through before I start chopping it up with y'all. But like I said, I appreciate all the support as always, man. This year, 2019, March of this year marks my 3-year anniversary for being on YouTube. Been through a lot on YouTube, far as just dealing with different people. And I think that just comes along with the territory at the end of the day. Right now, as far as YouTube, I'm in a good space. So I'm not really worried about, you know, too much of the BS. Like, I feel like if you're a content creator, at some point, you're gonna go through your little riffs. You're gonna go through your little YouTube beefs. It is what it is at this point. But I'm in a good space. Coming up on 3 years on YouTube. My message to all content creators that haven't been creating content as long as me, my message to y'all, my advice to y'all would be stay away from the beef. Don't let nobody, pull you into some bullshit. Don't let nobody do it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it slowed up my platform. Real talk. And I'm willing to admit that. Me falling for the shit, it shortened my platform, man. My platform could have been a lot larger. I could have reached more people. you know. But you live and you learn, you know. It's not a day that I don't learn. I don't have it all figured out, and I don't never pretend to. Yeah, it's a straight distraction. It's a straight distraction, definitely. But a lot of times when people coming right at you, you know, sometimes you just feel like you forced to swing back. But at the end of the day, man, this is the internet. You can ignore it. And that's what I learned after everything. I could have ignored all the bullshit. I could have. Did I? No. But I could have. I appreciate that, Kels. I appreciate that. Real talk. I appreciate that. But as y'all can see, the this whole surviving R.Kelly thing that's going on right now, and this fake social media outrage. I don't know if it's just me and my timeline, but a lot of people is going in on R. Kelly. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying people shouldn't go in on him. Feel me? Because I'm going to go in on him. But if we're going to have the discussion, let's have the discussion in its entirety. Shout out to India. See, I think what we seeing on social media is just fake outrage. Miss P. Bundy, I appreciate you. I appreciate that. And thanks for tuning in. I think what we seeing on social media is fake. You know? It's fake. See, and you know, that's crazy, Kels, because you know somebody was just asking, you know, should you separate the man from the music? And you a big music fan, so do you separate R. Kelly the man from his music? Or do you equate the person with their music? Or you're a personable music listener? Because I know I am. I don't separate people from their music, because the music comes from that person. So I don't really separate it, but some people do. You know? And I'm 32 years old. So I grew up in the 90s. And I've heard R. Kelly my whole life. My mother played R. Kelly. My aunts played R. Kelly. All their girlfriends played R. Kelly. When it was time to be romantic, back in them times, or maybe even still today, because I made a post on my Facebook to let people know to relax on this fake outrage about R. Kelly, because a lot of y'all was born to R. Kelly. A lot of y'all was conceived off of his music. No doubt, India. No doubt. No doubt. So I was telling people, man, like they need to relax with all this fake outrage, because at the end of the day, it's not real. You know, and they're making you respond the way you're responding, because people are not being honest, especially the women. I'm seeing a lot of videos. Oh my God, R. Kelly, he's a pedophile and he's so nasty. But if you go back and listen to his music, it's all in the music. You see what I'm saying? All the R. Kelly stuff is in his music. You see? And let's just, like I said, let's have the conversation. Let's have the real conversation. Now, growing up, when I was a young boy, growing up, like I said, I grew up in the 90s because I was born in the 80s. So, when I was in elementary school, junior high school, and we trying to talk to girls and stuff like that, you know what the young girls used to tell us? And all the men that's commenting in the chat, y'all can let me know too. When we tried to talk to girls, this is when we were young, 11, 12, 13. Shalom, reigning woman. Thanks for tuning in. King Diesel, shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, India. They wanted older men. The girls that we tried to talk to, oh, get out my face. You a little boy. I need a grown man. Women were saying this at 12 years old. I need a grown man. Question is, because I don't blame the young girls. See, I don't blame young girls for being the way they are. I blame their mothers. I blame their mothers. And a lot of these mothers who was listening to R. Kelly, who had their children off of R. Kelly, who had good sex off of R. Kelly's music, they taught their daughters to go out and get a man when they were girls. Why are you telling a little girl to go be with a man? So, if you want to talk about R. Kelly being a pedophile, talk about how these mothers was pushing these little girls to go be with grown men. This is why I say you have to watch what you tell your children. You have to watch the type of narrative that you're raising your children with. Because a lot of young girls were taught at a young age to go be with older men. They were taught that. They were taught that. Don't be with none of these little boys. You need to go get you a man. Oh, but when Aaliyah went and got R. Kelly, something wrong with that. If you from Chicago, now I listen to one of my favorite comedians, Corey Holcomb. He's from Chicago. He said years ago that R. Kelly was a pedophile because he's friends with some of R. Kelly's friends. And that's nothing new in Chicago. People know R. Kelly's a pedophile. They know that. They know he been paying young girls for sex forever. You see what I'm saying? So we have to really watch what we teaching our children, especially our little girls. Because if you telling your little girl to get a grown man, and then when she 14, she laying up with grown men, what you did was you pushed her out there. You made it okay. You sanctioned her dealing with grown men. But now it's on TV. Y'all want to call R. Kelly a pedophile. You see what I'm saying? You can't sit here and tell your little girl who's 12 years old, 13 years old, when you know she's hot in the ass, because little girls get hot in the ass early. They get hot in the ass earlier than young boys. But you telling her to go get with a grown man and she's 15. Go be with somebody who could take care of you. At 15, the only person that should be taking care of you at 15, young lady, is your father. But nobody wants to have this conversation. Everybody just, this is why I say it's fake social media outrage. It's fake. Now, am I justifying R.Kelly being a pedophile? Hell no. But what I'm saying is how you keep your children away from pedophiles is, for one, by not pushing them towards them. See, a lot of our mothers have to switch up their narratives on how they're raising their daughters. If you raising your daughter to go after a man and his resources because he has them and you have a vagina, then you're teaching your daughter how to be a hoe. So don't get mad when your daughter come home a teenage mother. Because you're teaching them. You're putting it in their mind. You're planting the seeds. You're planting the seeds in their mind to tell them that it's okay. Okay? You see what I'm saying? And this is a generational thing. This is not something that's going to happen overnight, y'all. But it has to start. So any woman in the chat room, if you have a teenage daughter, a teenage niece, please don't be telling her to go get no grown man. Please don't be telling her to go get with somebody who could take care of her, because what you doing is you pushing her into the hands of these people, of a R.Kelly. This is what you're doing. And then you can't blame R.Kelly, because R.Kelly is just being who he is. That's a pedophile. Okay? And a lot of y'all women push y'all daughters to go out there and to get resources so you can eat off it too. See, that's another discussion that don't want to be talked about. How a lot of women, mothers, aunts, grandmothers, pimp out these little girls. And it's not only to celebrities. It's the drug dealer niggas on the block that's getting money. It's the pimps that's on the block that's getting money. This stuff is real, man. This is why we gotta watch the narrative that we teaching our children. Because R.Kelly is just being who he is. He's being who he is. Now everybody want to say, oh, he married Aaliyah and... Okay, now let me ask y'all this. Happy New Year, highly favored. Great to see you. And welcome. Let me ask y'all this. When a man wants to marry a woman, what is the correct way he must take that woman's hand into marriage? when a young girl gets married, the one who submits the daughter, right, the parents, but who is the one who allows that man to marry that woman? The father. Thank you, India. Thank you. So, my question is this. If what they're saying is true about Aaliyah's mom allowing her to do something, where was her father at? Shout out to brother Danubian. Welcome, brother. Oh, I'm breaking up? Damn. Let me move around. What about now? Am I good, y'all? Y'all let me know if I'm good. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm good, y'all. Shout out to Candy. Shout out to Maurice. Shout out to Kenneth. Okay, I'm good now? All right, cool. Shout out to my big brother, Sir Hibbler. Who else dropped up in here I saw? Shout out to Eunice. Welcome. So, like we just established, a woman should not be taking a hand in marriage with no man if it's not sanctioned by the father. Okay? If the father don't agree, there's no marriage. Shout out to World News. See, y'all want to bullshit about a real, this is real. This stuff that's going on is real, man. It's not for play. That marriage shouldn't have been sanctioned. Exactly, India, because your father was there and he was a real man. That's what real men do. There's no such thing as the mother okaying the daughter to be married. The father must sanction that. The father. If the father don't sanction it, it doesn't happen. Because usually who pays for the wedding is the father. And we speaking on tradition right now. So if Aaliyah was able to get married at 15 years old. No. Was it 15? I believe it was 15. To a grown man who was 30. Right? That should tell y'all somewhere down the line, her mother sold her daughter. But nobody want to say that. Y'all just want to sit up here and demonize R.Kelly. But y'all don't want to talk about Aaliyah's mother, who ain't shit. By the way, he was 28 and she was 15. So, where's the outrage for her mother selling her daughter? Black Beauty. Shout out to Black Beauty. See, that's the story that y'all never hear about. Y'all never hear about these children being given away to these people. Yeah, I'm going to get into that too, brother Danubian. I'm going to get into that too because I'm seeing all of this, all of this rah-rah with R. Kelly. But like I said, if we're going to have the conversation, let's have the conversation in its entirety. How many of y'all got grandparents A lot of y'all grandmothers and grandfathers were young. They were young. Shout out to Shug on the check-in. A lot of y'all. A lot of y'all grandfathers is 10 and 12 years older than y'all grandmothers. True or false? True or false? That's not dead, Emmanuel. That's life. This is shit that's been going on forever. This is what I mean by fake outrage. I mean, you could question that world news, but it really don't have nothing to do with religion at the end of the day. It has something to do with resources. And you have a lot of women teaching young girls to go after grown men as children because grown men have what? Resources. So it's not about religion. It's not about religion. Even though a lot of religious people, religion dictates everything. I mean, if you're a religious person, I understand what you're getting at. I understand what you're getting at. But you gotta be a religious person, you know? But I understand what you're saying. I appreciate that, reigning woman. Just for the love, your heart and spirit. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Right. My mom got married at 15. Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's not new. Black news. It's not new. It's not. Block Talk. Welcome, Block Talk. Yeah, and you still got young girls that's running off with grown men today. They still doing it today. Exactly. Your mom was 26 and he was 40. And how long they was together before they got married? He's 14 years older than your mom. Come on, man. If we gonna have a conversation, let's have the conversation. How many girls that was in junior high school, she in seventh, boyfriend in the 10th grade? Answer that. How many girls you when you was a freshman in high school was messing with seniors? How many? Yo, you crazy, Danubian. Shout out to Nikki on the check-in. I appreciate you. Exactly, the Eat Kitchen. You should not even have a boyfriend at 15. See, that's what I'm talking about. We need to teach our children better. The narrative need to switch up. The quality of people your children are around must change. Because growing up in the hood, all I heard was mothers tell their daughters to go get a grown man. Don't be out here messing with these little boys. And she 12. She 12 years old. See, that's respectable, brother Danubian. That's honorable. That's honorable. He waited. Yeah, well, it's different in Africa, world news. You know that. But we definitely have to switch up the narrative as far as us teaching our children. Because if we telling little girls to go be with grown men and then they go be with a grown man, it's like, come on. What are we really doing? So stop with this fake social media outrage. Because now the world wants to call R.Kelly a pedophile. Now he's a pedophile to the world when he been a goddamn pedophile. When he was telling people age ain't nothing but a number. Age ain't nothing but a number, right? That's what he had that little girl singing. Age ain't nothing but a number. I don't think your daughter should be singing that at 12. Because then when she go get a 20-year-old boyfriend, you trying to beat him up. You trying to call the cops on him. But you taught her that age ain't nothing but a number. Age ain't nothing but a number. Right? So, it ain't. It ain't nothing but a number. We gotta watch what we teach our children. We gotta watch what we think is cool. We gotta just stop saying shit because we think it sound cool. Cause young girls been messing with grown men. That ain't nothing new. That ain't nothing new because they was taught to. Because grown men, what? Like I said, have resources. And all those women who was messing with R. Kelly, what did they say? R. Kelly takes care of them. He's been taking care of them for a long time. A long time. No doubt, India. No doubt. But see, boys are different from girls. You don't rear a boy the way you rear a girl. You don't raise them the same. You don't raise boys the same way you raise women, girls. You don't. Now, you do tell him to respect himself and to have respect for women, and don't just be going around, slinging his dick everywhere. We ain't saying that. But you can't raise a boy the way you raise a girl. You see? And see, this is why I want a daughter. So I could teach my daughter all of this shit. So I could give her the game. See, men who are there for their daughters, they could give their daughters the game and let them know. You know how many women I done dealt with that done told me that grown men was hitting on them when they was 9, 10, 11? I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I would love to have a daughter. I already have sons. I would love to have a daughter. But yeah. A lot of women are preyed upon from little girls, man. This is why I say I'm not having this conversation to take away from R. Kelly being a pedophile. I'm having this conversation because I feel like we're not having the whole conversation, which is these parents giving these children away to a pedophile. Because that's what happens when you teach a little girl to go be with a grown man. This is what you have. I appreciate that, Kenneth. Shout out to you, brother. Thanks for the support. Right, your son's a FOY, so they understand. Indeed, reigning woman. And that's why And that's why you present yourself the way you do, reigning woman. Yeah, that is the elephant in the room. That is the elephant in the room. And nobody want to talk about that on social media. Nobody want to talk about that. I'll be